Welcome back, fellow Minecrafters. This is episode 6 of my Enigmatica Let's Play, Enigmatica 6 Let's Play, and this is Malin. Sorry, I messed up on my title yesterday, saying it was episode 4. Didn't realize how many I've already made already. But we're going to get right into it today, because I got a lot of stuff that I want to make with you guys. Real quick, just what I've done between episodes. I've upgraded my factories. So this is an elite smelting factory. See all those, all the holes you can put the stuff in, and it can still go up one more tier, so it'll add even more. It's going to be great. We'll do that. But I've also, in every single one of these, I've added now the max speed and the max energy. Now I don't have the power, like I don't have enough power, but I'll show you what I've done to compensate for it. But I'll show you really quick. Like, let's just make some more steel. How about we'll make some 4 steel. Watch how fast this is. Done. Right? Done. There's steel. And then we smelt this up. Bam. Like, that's super fast, right? That just did 4 steel in a matter of like a few seconds there. So that's pretty awesome. We'll use that all the time. That's going to be great. What I did down here, I expanded a bit on the bottom. This is for kind of what we're going to do today a little bit, but also just because I need more space. So what I did, I added a couple more of these magmators, take them to lava, right? And then I added advanced universal cables. They transfer, so the little power cables that I was using before, they only transfer like 100 FE. Now, they can be upgraded, of course. But the ones I had, right, they only transferred 100. These ones, of course, the basic ones transfer 1.4 thousand, which is good. But these ones transfer, like, what does it say here? Transfers, it doesn't tell you, but it tells you the capacity of it. But they transfer a lot anyways, really fast. And then I got a couple energy cubes from some quest rewards. So, I mean, this has 6.4 million FE. This one only has 1.6, so this is an advanced version of an energy cube. But anyways, I have them kind of in between my system before they reaches it, so it'll drain these first. So I can do a lot of operations without having to worry about not having enough power, so that's good. But anyways, so I added a whole bunch of things up here, and we're going to get to actually a lot of this. Not some of these things, but we're going to get to a lot of this episode. I have it all prepared in these chests here. It just looks like a lot of random stuff, but let's get to it right now. So let's make these flux saws, flux bores, and flux capacitors. I want to get those because they're going to be good. I don't think I need the invar. They'll be really nice for us to do mining and tree capitating and stuff like that. Let's get some iron, get the gold. Sorry, I should have laid it out a bit better. I would grab everything, but I don't really have space in my inventory to just grab everything in here yet. But soon we'll have everything in here. But anyways, let's make a couple of these things, and we can get it off our list. So let's make the flux capacitor. So this thing will store RF. You can see there it holds 500, and we will be upgrading this today. I forgot to grab the lid, of course. And we'll upgrade it, and I'll show you how we can upgrade it. So there's our flux capacitor. Let's get rid of that off here. We'll make the flux saw. I forgot the saw blade and the there it is, drill head. There we go. So here's the flux saw. So this thing will take off trees, but it'll use RF instead of using like like the durability on that. And if we keep it supplied with RF, we'll never have to worry about repairing these things, which is going to be super nice. Now we will still use these things. These can be enchanted, by the way, as well. But so there we go. We made that. Now to upgrade these things, we need to make this Tinker's workbench. So I need to get my wood and the glass. So let's grab the glass and the wood. There we go. You'll notice it showed it in red, what I don't have available, so I'm now missing the crafting station, of course. which I thought I had made. Not that it's hard to make. Well, let's make one real quick. Sorry about that. I wasn't fully prepared, I guess. Shocker, right? There we go. Crafting station. Or just a crafting table, sorry. So we'll make this Tinker's Workbench. Now, this isn't something that we'll use all the time, so I'm just going to place it out of the way so that it's not, it's not something that we're going to use all the time. Let's just place it right here. This might not even be permanent, like this whole setup, but it will take power, right? So it's getting power. As you see, it's filling up there, and it will actually charge whatever we put in here. So you see it's charging this, right? It charges at a pretty decent rate. This can be upgraded, this Tinker's Workstation. Here's some augments you can put in. We'll probably be doing that later, but I have them saved up here, the augments, which will increase the amount that it'll hold and the amount that it'll transfer, how fast it is. But you see here, right? It's draining these. These will pick up and they'll start kicking in, and they create a decent amount. Nothing like we're going to have eventually, but so this is nice because, okay, let's take it for example, my magnet. My magnet, you see the battery on that. I'm just going to shove these in here so that I'm not charging them as well. So this battery is nice because you can keep it in your inventory, and if you, same thing, if you hold shift here, right, to look at the thing, if you press V, it says change mode. So if I press V, goes inventory, all items, equipment, inventory, right? So I want to go all items. Now it's still not doing anything. As you notice, my flux magnet isn't, charging at all. But if you hold shift and right click while holding it, you see it kind of glows red there. Now look at my magnet's fully charged, and a little bit of juice is taken off of that. So we'll just shove this back in there, and it's nice because then you can keep these things fully charged, and that doesn't even have to, this can just stay up here. Now one thing to note is if you make an item that, like let's say I make this infinity backpack which will suck power, it'll drain this thing. So I'm actually going to shut it off for now and just turn it on when I need it. So we'll do that. I'm just going to put these in here for now, except for the magnet. I'll keep the magnet on me, just because I'm going to need inventory space for everything else. And we'll go through this Tinker's thing here in a second, because we're going to make some upgrades. Some much needed upgrades for all of our stuff. So, we made the workstation. Now let's make these 3 thermal series machines real quick. And the reason for that, actually, I should have been following the quest line. So, thermal series. So, it wants me to make a redstone furnace first, and then a pulverizer. And so, let's make this furnace first. So, to make the furnace, so just machine frame and all that other stuff. Okay. I don't believe I made the machine frames yet, but I made the stuff to make the machine frames already. So, what is it? Right, the tin gears, right, okay. So I have everything, basically. Good. Bricks, redstone, copper gears, good, good, and good. Okay, so let's make this furnace. Now, you're wondering, we're going to need 3 of these, since we have 3 machines that we're going to be making, so we make 3 of those. Make the furnace, good. Now you're wondering, like, we already have this smelting factory, right? And yes, this smelting factory is way better than this furnace, and you know what? I might not use this furnace nearly as much, right? It still runs off RF, and we can augment it and make it run super fast, but it still only does 1 operation, per thing, whereas this one can do multiple at a time. It drains more energy, but it's good. So this is, my ultimate way that I'm going to be going. But for one thing, I needed to complete it to get further along in the quest, right? And I do want to do all the quests in this quest book. So we'll be doing that. Now I get rid of the furnace. We'll want the pulverizer next. We need that piston. There we go. I should have everything else. So the pulverizer. So this pulverizer will actually be useful and I'm going to explain why really quick here. If you take, for example, blaze rods, I just put an E at the end of that. Let's take care of that E. There we go. I have them in here actually. So if you look at the uses for blaze rods, if I want to get blaze powder, right, I can just shapelessly craft it. Oh, there we go. Shapelessly craft it into 2, right? But if I put it in the pulverizer, I can get 3 plus a sulfur. And now none of the other machines really, if you look through here, I mean, this one with aura will get you 4, sure. Pedestal with a crusher will get you 3, but it's super slow, right? Whereas I can upgrade the machine over here, and it gets me more blaze. And blaze powder will be useful for many, many things, especially coming up in a little bit. So I figured, you know what? Let's get the pulverizer. Now the induction smelter, also super important machine. Let's get the blast furnace. And we need the Invar gears. I made these previously. So to make Invar, right? Let's look at the recipe for this. Invar ingot. So to make Invar, you can either smelt an Invar blend, which is 2 iron and a nickel, which I did. I crushed the iron and nickel, made this blend, then I had to smelt the blend, right? Or alternatively, you can have the induction smelter where you can do it directly from the ingot. So let me stand there for a second. While it's doing this, if you hold shift, one sec. There, if you hold shift right there, it'll pause it. So yeah, you can do it directly from the ingots right into the ingot you need. And it's not just Invar, like we'll do Constantine and bronze and quite a few other things like these. This requires Constantine, and I actually didn't prep to make this one yet, but we will eventually, right? But so Constantine, if you go to the induction smelter, right, that's copper and nickel. So it's just a much more efficient way of doing it, because you can do it directly from the machine instead of having to crush it and then mix it and then smelt it. It's just a much more automated way. So we'll automate this machine so that it'll automatically make what we want and shove it out. So this will be good to make. So there we go. Oh, and it's actually part of the quest, but so if we look at the quest line, we want Invar dust. And then the induction smelter is next. But that's okay because I made a bit of extra for that quest on purpose. There we go. Done, done, and done. We won't make these today. Well, we might make this, but maybe not. But we won't make this today, the phytogenic insulator. But that's okay. Let's collect some rewards. What do we get? Rare. Oh, we got 2 machine frames. Nice. That's not bad, not bad. Another rare. What do we get this time? Some hardened glass. Not bad. That's obsidian. That takes that. And then the induction smelter. What do we get for this? Auxiliary processing sieve. So this will make the secondary product 15% higher, but it also takes more energy, which is okay for products that will give us secondary outputs, like this one, for example. Right? If we're doing the blaze rods, it has. So if you look at the blaze rods, right? Did I just put it in the? Yeah, I put it in the pulverizer, right? If you look at the pulverizer, it has a 25% chance of getting sulfur. Whereas with this, right, this and there, now we have a higher percentage chance of getting it. Oh, we also got this. That'll be nice. We were going to actually make some of those today, so it's nice that we got some. This is I'll explain that in a bit here. But yeah, so we made the induction smelter. Awesome. Now, let us continue on. There we go. Shrink that down a bit. I'm not going to make that thermo generator yet. This is nice because it's passive power. But I wanted to make this energizing orb, right? And the energizing rods, because we want to get into that. So this is in the power mod now. So we'll come back to this maybe and make this if we have time. But like I said, there is a lot I wanted to get done today. So let's head into this. This is energizing setup. So this will require an energizing orb, and technically it only requires like 2, but the more you have of these rods, the faster it'll be. Now it will drain your energy more too, but but that's okay. So we'll grab the stuff we need for this right here, and what's this? Quartz, and what else? I think it was glass. Yeah, quartz and glass. So we got the quartz here, and we'll need this quartz as well. So the quest line says it wants 2, and I want to, by the way, I want to get this all to the second tier, not the first tier. So this requires 2, and it gives us 2. So I actually purposely only produced enough, or sorry, made enough stuff to be able to, so we only need 1 of these orbs, and then we need 2 of these starter ones to complete that quest. Oops, they don't stack. Now, with the quest complete, we can collect 2 more. Awesome. So now we have 2 more, right? Now we have 4 of these. Oh, and 2 of them are already basic. I did not anticipate that, actually. But anyways, we want to upgrade these right away to the basic tier. So now we got 2, and then if we do this, we upgrade it again. So I pressed U, right? I pressed U to find the uses for the other one, and then I was able to shift click in all the items, or just click in. So yeah, there we go. So I actually have a couple extra things that I don't need. Let's just put these in here, because I wasn't anticipating having that extra 2 basic ones. But anyways, what we're going to do with this, we should grab our, oh, we already got it, good. So the energizing orb itself doesn't need to be powered, but the rods do need to be powered. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it needs to be a certain distance away, but I think it needs to be in a certain radius of, I think, like a 5 by 5 from this energizing orb. And what I want to do, actually, I'm going to move this one back right here. I'm just going to hook these. They can be hooked up any direction, like up, down, whatever. I'm just going to hook these right directly to the power. Now, I realize they're, oh, that's a weird visual glitch there. Oh, not on that side. I realize that I'm like not on the edge of the outside of the power line here, but like, you know what I mean? But that's okay. I'm not sure if that one will work, but we will find out. We will find out. So these things are getting power. This thing doesn't require power. And they will, well, let's see what they do. So what we want to do is make this energized steel. Now this is required to make the 3rd tier of all our power stuff. So it'll make the 3rd tier of our magnators, 3rd tier for these rods, and basically, so it'll help to up our power production, right? So to do that, and we will be automating this later, but I'm not set up in this episode yet to automate this, but we will definitely be automating this. So if you look at energized steel, and we look at the recipe for it, in the energizer, right, it's 1 gold and 1 either copper or iron. We have more iron than copper, so we'll be using that, and you get 2, and it takes 10,000 Fe. So, excuse me, sorry. So we have an iron in there, and if we put a gold in there, bam, we have these beautiful particle effects, and there, energized steel. And that's how it's done. And like I said, I will definitely be automating this where it'll just send this in, or if I request energized steel, it'll automatically make it, and we will definitely be doing that, and I'll be showing you how that's done and how I do that. But for now, as a manual process, you know, you can see the percentage bar at the bottom there, right? 0%, 30%, 50, 60, 70, there, done, right? Pretty awesome. So what I'm going to do is, between episodes, I will upgrade these, right? And I'll upgrade the magmators to the next tier. And if you look at, I'm just going to take this one, if you look at this, right, uses, so it just takes the block of quartz, of course, but this hardened capacitor, and that's what you need this for, right? So we'll use that, and I'm guessing that the hardened capacitor is also used for making, yeah, upgrading the magmators. So yeah, right there, see? So it takes this to upgrade those, and it uses the previous tier, which is super nice. I love how it does that. So you're not wasting anything by having them, right? So we'll use each 3 of these to upgrade. So I'll make some more of this stuff off camera later, and we'll upgrade later. So pretty awesome. We have a way of kind of increasing our power generation, and we will be getting and building big like fusion reactors and whatnot to generate like thousands and tens of hundreds of thousands of RF, but we'll do that later, of course, because we're nowhere near ready for doing that. So I'm going to actually put some of this away because I don't need it all. Keep some of that on me. Anyways, so that was this done. Now ultimately I would love to get the digital miner. So what this does is this will it basically virtually in a certain block radius around will search for whatever you tell it to, and it will mine it up, which is, in my opinion, super powerful. To do that, we're going to need a few things. Oh, let's do this real quick. I wanted to upgrade, so my dank null here, my dank storage, oops, right? I want to upgrade this real quick. I have it already. I have all the blocks of gold. I made them already. I want to upgrade this to the next tier. The tier after this requires emeralds, and then I don't have nearly enough emeralds. There you go, tier 3 dank. Now, oh yeah, an extra whole row right there, and it can also store 4,000. So like I was getting pretty close right there at 1,024. That was the max it was at before. Even here in my dirt, right? Now I can hold up to 4,000. Pretty awesome. And we will definitely be upgrading this later once we get to emeralds, right? And then emeralds, after that goes to diamond. After that, obsidian. That one's super easy, right? That's a nice one. Look how much that holds, right? And the last one, of course, is nether star, and that holds just an obscene amount. That one we will eventually get. So, upgraded that. So anyways, back to this again, sorry. So to get this digital miner, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need these atomic alloys. That's one of the big things that we need. And we're going to need these refined obsidian ingots. Now to do that, we're going to need to get the, not that one, sorry, this osmium compressor. So I have everything made. Let's make this osmium compressor. You've seen, how to make steel casings. We've done that before when we were making the Mekanism stuff. So steel casings, we got these, and I was going to show you, the reason why I haven't joined those together is because I was going to show you on camera. That's for some other stuff. So we're going to need these special advanced ones, which are just, right, 2 of those, basically the previous tier. So let's just make 2 of those for now. We'll probably make more after for one of our other machines, but we just need 2 buckets, which I did have, just forgot to grab, and compressor. Now I'm quickly running out of space up here, but we won't be using this one as often. So what this does, I will show you the process that we go through. I gotta be careful because I don't have nearly as much diamonds. But let's grab a piece of obsidian, and I'll show you how to get this. So a piece of obsidian, if you put this in the enriching chamber, it'll split it into 4 pieces of obsidian dust. Now if I take that, and I put, by the way, I put the rest of the infusion factories here. So I got my coal, right, my redstone. This one's a diamond one, right? And this one is my refined obsidian. So that's this stuff right here, right? So I got 120 in there. If I put an obsidian there, it becomes a refined obsidian, right? Now I could directly put that in, but that's a waste, remember? So what I want to do is for sure with this stuff is put that in there, right? And then it multiplies it more. So you definitely for the diamonds and the refined obsidian, make sure you remember to put it in the enriching factory. It's super important because, you don't have unlimited diamonds yet. We will eventually. But anyways, so this refined obsidian, if you go to uses by U, right, if you put it in the osmium compressor, it'll make it into an ingot. So you have to have the refined, not just the regular obsidian dust. So you have to make sure you at least put this obsidian dust through the diamond one, right? But if we put these two in here, right, but it's not doing anything because it requires osmium. So one, one won't be fully enough to complete this operation. You'll see what happens, right? It's going to suck this one in. There we go, see? And then it finally completes it. So I'm going to actually need to put in three osmium ingots to complete two of these. It's kind of funny the way that happens, but it keeps its inventory, so that's okay. So now we have the refined obsidian ingot. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't prepare enough of the... So we now have the refined obsidian. I've already made the 2 tablets, and actually the chest we will get from completing... Let's collect the reward. Battery hardened, nice. We are going to the mechanism section. So we made the osmium compressor, and we get a personal chest from it, which is awesome. Personal chests are pretty cool. They have a decent amount of inventory, and I believe they hold their inventory even after you break them. I tried placing it. Why is it not placing it? Hold shift, I guess. Yeah, decent inventory, and I'm pretty sure they hold their inventory. Yeah, looks like they do, which is pretty awesome. But we're going to use this one to make the robot, which is it's like a little, this thing, if you make this and you actually play with it in game, this thing will follow you around, and it can smelt things and it can store things. It's actually a really neat little thing. But we're going to need this atomic alloy, and if you press the backspace button, by the way, you can go back to the previous. So like I was in robot, if I press backspace, it goes to the previous thing. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3 for the robot, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to need 7 of those. Now how to make those is you take these, and watch this. Look how fast that was. So nice. So you're going to take 7 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Put them into the diamond one. Hopefully I have it. Oh, I don't have enough quite. See, I didn't have quite enough diamond to complete that. So let's infuse this diamond, or enrich it, I should say, and then shove it in there, and then we go completed. Now we can shove these 7 into the refined obsidian one, and this gets, oh, we didn't have enough of that either, eh? Wow. Okay, well, let's make another refined obsidian. It's good to show this on camera anyways. Don't forget, enrich it, and then shove it in there. I love how fast everything is, right? So nice. Okay, there's our 7. We now have what it takes to make, oh, I need my 2 energy tablets, of course. See, now if I had my battery in my inventory, it would be charging this, and it would be charging these up. So I'm glad I removed it, right? So let's make the robot. Awesome. Let's make 2 of these teleportation cores. And I would forget to bring these with me. We need that, and we need that. So let's make the teleportation cores, which is just diamonds, and just need 2 of those. Awesome. And I'm going to need the 2 logistics sorters. 2 of these, and that should be everything I need to make the digital miner. Awesome. And you know what? I will explain how the digital miner works. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff out of my inventory because, you know, inventory issues. Always. I don't need these. These were got after. Energy upgrades. Those are just things that I received from completing quests, which is awesome still. Now, see, I'm not worried about the digital miner because, like, for completing quests, because there's no quest line for it, which is fine. So the digital miner, excuse me, big machine, multi-block. It's cool. It's really neat. Like, I love the textures. You see this green part. This is power. Requires power. This is an output, and I'll show you that in the configs. Another power on the side, and on the top, you'll see that's an input. And I'll explain that in a second here. So if we look inside here, right, we have auto eject. So if this is on, it'll automatically poop things out here. Not automatically like into the world, but if you have a chest back here, it'll automatically put it into the chest. Auto pull will automatically pull. Let's say I had cobble in a chest up on top of it, and I wanted to replace the blocks that I'm mining with cobble, I could totally do that. And then there's Silk Touch. Now this thing will need upgrades, more energy upgrades and speed upgrades. If I put a ton of speed upgrades, this thing is super power hungry, but I want a full energy upgrade and maybe 1 or 2 speed upgrades in this, which I will do later off camera. But let's put this somewhere where it can get energy. Now, there's a reason why I say that is because I plan on getting wireless energy pretty quick here. Possibly in this episode, maybe in the next one. We'll see how much time we got. But let's bring this power cable down real quick just to show you. There. And then if we place it right next to it, right there. Oops, torch is in the way. Right there. Connects up to it pretty good. Okay. So, now it's got power. So if we go to the config, right, one thing you'll definitely want to do is increase this radius. And I like to just go, like, put the biggest number I can in for the radius, and then there. So it's going to go down to a minimum Y level of 0, maximum 255 now. I mean, there's no ores way up there, but you know what? I set it like this so that it'll do the biggest radius you can get. So then you go to new filters, and there's a whole bunch of different options you can do here. If you go to, say, diamond, let's say I wanted to get diamond ore, right? Because, hey, who doesn't want more diamonds? So if we look here, and we hold, oh, that's not the right diamond ore, that's undergarden. Where's my regular just diamond ore? There should be ore. Oh, it is just that one. Okay. So, nothing shows up there. If I press F3, not F3. If you press F3 and H at the same time, you'll see there it says Advanced Tooltips shown. So now if I go and I look here, right, it gives me a whole bunch of more information on this item. So if you look there, it says like forge, semicolon, ores / diamond. That's like the tag that it wants to see. And by the way, to get rid of these in case it's taking up too much of your space, you can just press F3 and H again, and it'll hide them, right? So F3 and H at the same time will make it show and hidden. But anyways, let's go here, and we go to tag, right? And we put that in there, forge. Oops, I know how to spell. Forge, right? Ores / diamond. Diamond with a D, of course. Now look, it'll cycle through the different kinds of diamond. Now there's only the one kind because we don't have the undergarden here. But yeah, so then if we click save, one filter. Now I want to put this on Silk Touch. Now it's going to use, like, look at that, 960 FE. Now, like I said, I'm going to put energy upgrades, but so I'm going to show you. So if I press start, bam, it got me a diamond chunk. Now if I took this to off Silk Touch, right, it only uses 160, but it will get me a diamond, which you think, okay, whatever, right? And now look at it. So it'll mine 63 of them. So if I had this on Silk Touch, so why would I want, right? What's the difference, right? Well, this diamond chunk, not only can you convert it back into like the ore version, but if you put it in the enriching chamber, you can get 2 diamonds from the one. And if you had a, so the pulverizer will also get 2, but there's additional chance of getting, so it'll get 2, and there's an additional chance that it'll get more, so it could possibly get 3. So here, putting it in the pulverizer, and especially with that add-on that we put in the pulverizer, we have a chance of getting 3. I don't think there's a chance of getting 4. Ooh, glitchy, sorry. I don't think there's a chance of getting 4, but there's a high chance of getting 3, which is pretty awesome, out of one chunk. So let's try this, because we upgraded the pulverizer. See, right, we have the augment in there, so let's put this in there and see what we get. And I can upgrade this, like if I put this in, it'll upgrade the speed, right? Yeah, look at that, we got 3 diamonds out of that. That was a weird visual glitch, but that's pretty awesome, right? Now, if you had like a huge fortune enchant on your pickaxe, it would be better then to convert it into the ore, right? From the chunk, convert it to the ore, place it in the world, and then use your pickaxe on it, because you could get with a huge high level of fortune, which we will be getting later. You could get like 5 or more from one ore chunk, right? So, but this is a super nice block, because it can. So here's another one. If you go tags, forge, semicolon. I totally spelled forge wrong. Wow. Ores, right? And then you put a star behind it. If you go check, so it's gonna find every single tag that has forge, semicolon, ores. That includes iron, redstone, lapis, right? Now watch this. I'm gonna get rid of this tag. I can always put the diamond tag in there later. Look at it, went through. So watch. So we had 63 for the diamond one. Check this out. 7,854. Look at redstone just grabbed there, and it will literally take. It's taking too much power, so I have to turn it off until I can get some energy upgrades in it. But it will take all of them in a block radius of config, right, of 32 blocks around it. So it'll do 32 blocks that way, 32 blocks that way, right, all the way around, and it finds all the ores from bedrock all the way up, and it'll gather them. It's not cheaty, but it is a super strong. That's a super strong block right there. And I just looked at the time of this episode. There was so much more that I wanted to do, and I totally underestimated how much time I had left. Like, I wanted to, so I made the digital miner awesome. I have these things. These are wireless power. This is the initial wireless power. There's much better ones later on that we will get to, but like, we'll do all this in the next episode. Not all this, because I don't have some of the stuff I need for these things, but like emeralds. But we will definitely be getting to these things in the next episode. As you can see, I still got stuff left in here. So I'm going to organize this for the stuff I need and stuff I don't need. And I will be back. Gauntlet, eh? Nice. I will be back in the next episode, and we will go through some more of these things, and we'll go through some more of these quests. And we'll do that. I will talk to you guys later.